Good afternoon and welcome to Game 3 of this afternoon of the Battle at the Beach 2022 version. Got a good one for you. St. Peter's of Jersey City, the third-ranked team in the state of New Jersey, takes on St. Augustine. The Hermits coming off a very successful season last year as well. So Sam Jenkins, my broadcast partner, former All-State running back of Rancocas Valley, here to join me. And these two teams, tradition, big players, fast players, and let's see how this one plays out.
Yeah, it's not often you get excited to see a game. I mean, you get to see these athletes that have D1 prospects, and you get to see a team that has a tradition of winning, and you get to see two programs that are going to clash that are maybe not, one is at the height and one is still getting back to where it was. But I'm just excited to see some good play out there, Tony.
Yeah, no question. Today's games as opposed to yesterday's games, fairly close. We saw pretty much blowouts yesterday.
Right.
The game we did was no contest after Cedar Grove actually took a 7-6 lead, but then gave up 40 straight points to Salem, and they were very impressive.
I'm starting to see a trend here, Tony. We're starting to see the games that should be close, but now they're starting to get away from each other. This one could be the same, to be honest with you. St. Peter's is loaded. St. Augustine, they just have a tradition of winning, so they're going to have to gut it out. They have to make some big plays and not make mistakes. And as we've seen the past few games, it's the penalties. We saw a game the other day where the teams were pretty much evenly matched, except one team just had a bunch of penalties, and they just destroyed all their drives.
Duarte set to kick it away. Klein and Duarte back to receive it. The kick is taken at the 10-yard line. Stutter stepping now cuts to his left across the 20 to the 22 or 23-yard line. That was Klein on the return, and St. Augustine will go to work. Quarterback is Ryan Gambill. Running back, they have a few. Tristan McLear. Wide receivers are Castle, Christmas, and Walker.
I know we mentioned earlier, Tony, in one of the games that, especially with Salem, because it's a smaller school, had players playing both ways. I'm looking at St. Peter's. There are not a lot of two-way players. They are loaded on both sides of the ball.
Gamble takes the snap, off play action, keeps it himself to the 25-yard line.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a bunch of yards, but I like the read. I mean, St. Peter's was flying outside. He saw a little hole. He tucked it in there. And it's the beginning of the game. He's going to find some room later on.
They want to see how that defense reacts to that type of a play, and then they can say, okay, they do this when we do that. Let's now do this.
Let's see what they do. Are they a flowing defense? Or they sit back? Are they disciplined? Are they, are they excited to play? You just feel them out and run your schedule, run your script.
Pickup of a couple. 2nd down and 8 for the Hermits. They give off the left side. Stumbling and losing his footing was Bethune.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a draw look, and he might want to take a little bit more time to give a pass look, to give the D-line time to get upfield, and he's able to slip underneath him. But he lost his footing, so that play he did well to get back to where he was.
So first passing situation for the Hermits, 3rd down and 9 from their own, call it 24.5-yard line. No score, just the start of things here from Ocean City. We'll get you caught up on all the other scores from yesterday and today when time permits. Here's Gamble. He sets, throws a swing pass to the left side. Bethune with the catch, turns the corner, gets close to the first down. Don't know if he got there, though. I don't think so. No, they're going to mark him short. And a punting situation.
Yes, he has a nice burst, though. I mean, he caught that ball, and they saw that defensive end is an odd stance. If you look at the defensive end, he flies upfield. He goes right outside of him right there, and he has a burst. Nice stiff arm. As much as he can do to get the first. There's nothing wrong with that.
St. Augustine will be punting the football. Rory Friel will kick it.
15, Rory Friel on the punt.
Ryan Adams back to receive it. Standing at his own 34-yard line, moving up a few steps.
This is where you want to watch, all right? The cover team on punt, they haven't done it much in the game. So you want to see that their lanes are intact, and this is a good chance for St. Peter's to get good field position.
Marker down as Frau gets the kick away. It bounces down at the 37, but gets a St. Peter's roll before it's touched up by Walker. Check that Christmas at the 44-yard line, but let's check the marker. They're talking to St. Peter's, so obviously this one's going to be against St. Augustine. Legal procedure. That one is declined because they got that good roll on that punt.
And you noticed, I didn't complain about him not catching it because it was a short, it was a short punt, and that's the best he could do. What he could have done is make sure his players get away from the ball.
Champ Long is your quarterback. Jalen Klein, the running back. We'll get to the receivers in just a moment. Number 3 team in the state, St. Peter's of Jersey City. And now timeout.
I'm tell you what, they have a ton of talent, and I'm aware of that. One thing stands out. My man Cooper LaFond at 6'7". That's the first thing I saw when they walked on the field. Holy smokes.
It's funny, Sam, when you played before, this would be a pro offensive line, size-wise. I mean, it's not unusual. There's 6'5", 300 all over the place.
Yes.
Just different. Long with a snap, looking to throw. Plenty of protection, fires deep down the center of the field. This one is caught at the 10, and he takes it in for the touchdown. That was Zion Fowler, the senior.
I don't know if he spiked it or not. That's a great play. Now, he bent that post pattern. Now, he wants to keep it on this post, but the quarterback led him to the middle, and he was able to keep his eye on the ball, and he caught it with his hands up. Thumbs in, pinkies out, brought it down, and he was able to high step through the tackle.
66 yards on the first play from scrimmage for St. Peter's, and they lead it 6-0. And when I talked to Coach, Hanson, he said, we like to play fast and score quickly.
Mission accomplished. I'll tell you what, that's what you call a scouting touchdown. They saw something on that side of the defense that they were able to get, and they said, hey, put our best guy over there and put it up. There's a lot of good things that can happen for the offense. All the defense can do is knock it down or at best get an interception, but you can get a reception, you can get a reception and tackle, you can get pass interference or a touchdown. A lot of good things for the offense.
Extra point try. Duarte to attempt. And the kick is good. Take a look at that touchdown play right here.
All right, look at the big, nice protection. He puts it up. Now, he obviously wants to get more air on that next time, but he was able to catch it with his hands and take it to the end zone.
7-0. St. Peter's on top. Winning teams know that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 100 years, Calvi Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer an unparalleled level of electrical expertise and service to every single customer. Now you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements, and they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Calvi Electric a part of your winning team. Call 609-345-0151 or visit calvielectric.com. So the 66-yard connection from Long to Fowler, 6 points. They now lead it 7-0, and they got the whole first quarter and the rest of this game still in front of them, which, as far as St. Augustine is concerned, if you're an optimist, they have good chance of doing some business here in this game, even though they're down 7-0.
Now, this may seem like an obscure point to talk about, but I'm looking at the rosters and the starting lineups, and they only have a couple guys going both ways. That allows you in practice not always have to go against the twos. You can go one-on-ones, and you get that high-level practice during the week. Which keeps you sharp.
Here's the kick. Fumbling the football at the 3-yard line, then recovering and picking it up, getting back to maybe the 10-yard line, but tough going there for St. Augustine on the return.
And how often have we seen a kick returner drop the ball and the cover team get out of their lanes? They did a good job of staying in the lanes. Your eyes get big. You want to get down there and get them. And you see them stay in the lanes right there, and there's 3 or 4 guys on the tackle. That's a sign of good special teams coaching right there.
Bethune on the return. But St. Augustine now backed up in their own territory, makes it more difficult. The ball placed down at the 12-yard line. They trail it 7-0.
That's something you don't see every day. The official was tying the linebacker's sneaker. He was tying his shoelaces for him.
They give straight up the middle for 2 for St. Augustine, being conservative here, but that's what you'd expect.
Yeah, you don't know if it's just a D-line overpowering the offensive line, or did St. Peter's commit to stopping the run and say, hey, we're just going to man you up outside. Right now, there's no room for them inside. I know they got to try the quick hitters. They got to try off tackle. You just got to test the area, see where you can get some yardage.
Logan Dunkel checks in for St. Augustine. 2nd and 8. From the 14. Right side give. Able to turn the corner, but still a minimal gain across the 15 to the 18-yard line. But that will bring up a manageable 3rd down.
Absolutely.
For the Hermits.
That's a 4-yard. I mean, that's a 4-yard gain, and that's a winning football right there. You know, that's a plus. And you do it one more time, you have a 1st down. They can keep going. You keep hitting that area, get St. Peter's reacting there, and pop it right over top.
Rory Freil now the quarterback for the Hermits on a 3rd down and 3 from the 18-yard line. Timeout called by St. Peter's. They lead it 7-0 here in the first quarter. We'll step aside for just a moment and be back with more in just a moment.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
St. Augustine facing a 3rd down and a long 2, short 3. See what Coach Lancetta dials up here.
So far, I haven't seen much pressure from St. Peter's. They seem to be satisfied with sitting in their positions, reading the ball, and trying to figure out what scheme St. Augustine's going to go with this game.
Third and 2. They're going to run it off the right side. They're not going to get there. St. Peter's ready for the play and shut it down.
Interesting, they had a strong safety blitz on that one. There was 0 coverage or man coverage where there's no free safety. I don't know if they expected something wide, but you would think that they would try and hit it up tight like they did.
So 2 series, 2 punts for the Hermits.
15, Rory Friel on the punt for the Hermits. Number 1, Ryan Adams back deep for the Marauders.
Friel will kick it. Adams sets up at his own 48. The boot high, not deep. Coming up for it as Adams looks like he called for the fair catch at the 42-yard line of St. Augustine. So I know you're very pleased with that one because he did come about 10 yards from where he was set up to make the catch, and it was kind of in a traffic jam where he caught it between the defenders, didn't take his eye off the ball.
He didn't take his eye off the ball, and he ran up and caught it. And, you know, I say it all the time. There's just small things that make a good team. Yeah, they got a monstrous line and great talent on the outside, but they're doing all the small stuff right.
St. Peter's gets it back, leading it 7-0, and with outstanding field position at the 44 of St. Augustine.
Well, I'll tell you, the first adjustment St. Augustine needs to do is to back that free safety up because they're pretty much one-on-one out here by themselves.
Quick throw over the middle. Again, they have the receiver. That's Fowler, obviously his favorite receiver, inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 19. The fake handoff held the linebackers, and boom, he throws the quick slant. There he was.
He does, and that's exactly why I said back to free safety up. He would have been right there to deliver a hit, but he's too close, and he's too far over.
Long with the give, right side. Groom inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15 to around the 14-yard line.
But now they're going with tempo.
That was Klein on the carry. Left side. Groom has the first down, and you could see, Sam, that he didn't find any resistance until he was probably 4 or 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
And then he could just push the line forward with the big bodies up front. This is tough for St. Augustine. They're not, those last two plays weren't bad defense. They just got them about 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
First and goal. Long, rolling right, throwing right. Hit right out of bounds after a short advance.
Again, St. Augustine was right there. That's a timing play. He can run that play on air because he's not looking at the receiver. He's throwing to a spot, and they practiced. You get out there and give him a target.
Hansad Moore makes the reception. Second and goal.
I'll figure a quick screen or something out here if they're not going to give it to the tailback.
At the 6. Again, the throw to the right side. The reception is made, and walking in for the touchdown.
Oh, that's tough. They loaded the receivers to the left and they snuck the back out to the right, and you can get there, but if you meet him at the point, it's going to be tackled at the goal line, and it's easy to miss. You watch him release right here. Out the backfield, just a swing pattern. You're giving him too much room. You got to meet him. You got to meet him 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. At that point, it's going to be too late.
So now 13-0. Duarte will attempt. And it is good.
Duarte's kick is good.
St. Peter's getting out of the gate very quickly with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in this first quarter of play. They lead it 14-0. They've scored on both of their drives, and obviously the connection between Long and Fowler is very productive.
He's able to spread the ball around. It's not just a one-man show here, and that is refreshing to see him. You want to see a close game, but you also, if you have a good team, you want to see him spread the ball out and use all of his athletes.
Well, if you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhomes, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. Down 14-0. What are you doing here, Sam, if you're St. Augustine?
You tell them not to panic, all right? You're playing who you're playing. What you're going to do is get back to your offense. You're not going to change anything different. You want to shorten the game by extending your drives, all right? You want to make sure you eliminate the penalties. They have enough power on offense to get a few first downs and maybe get a big play.
Line drive kick. And they're going to let it go through the end zone. Christmas thought about it, but probably made the right play because he might have been hemmed in along that sideline and deep in their own territory. At least this time they can start out at their own 20.
He did make the right play. You tell returners, if you're running to the sideline and your shoulders are facing the sideline as you're getting the ball, you let it go. If you have enough time to get over there and square up where you're perpendicular to the sideline, then you can catch it. And he was running over, he wasn't able to turn, let it go. You give him simple rules, the mistakes are minimal.
So you not only get the description of the game from us with Sam here, but he tells you exactly what the coaches tell the players as to what they should and should not be doing. Enlightening. Gamble back in at quarterback. St. Augustine will go to work at their own 20. Gamble to give. Good hole off the left side. Powering up the middle was Tristan McLear.
And that's what we're talking about, Tony. When we talk about what can they do, stay within your offense, keep doing what you're doing. You can get yardage on these people. You just need to know what's the D-line doing. You can watch them right here. Watch the right D tackle. He's firing off. He goes right past them right there, and he's able to get it. They're not, you know, they're all high school students. So that way, you get your confidence together. You get a nice long drive, get a couple first downs, and maybe you can hit one over top, or you can have a screen or something to pop a big play.
The initial first down for the Hermits. Ball at the 31-yard line. Again, up the middle for a minimal gain. Clear again gets the call, picks up maybe a yard at best.
St. Peter's has a very aggressive defense, and I know St. Augustine's going to, at some point, going to give that same action and have a tight end or a slot receiver pop right behind them. They're close to the line of scrimmage, and they rally to the ball. You can watch the free safeties and the linebackers on the next running play. Watch how aggressively they come up. And they're essentially man-to-man out here. So you put the ball up in the air, you have a chance. Sideline, your receiver, maybe pass interference, you got to take a chance.
They do give him an advance of 3 yards on first down, so 2nd and 7. Here's Gamble. Good protection. Now throws on the run, and receiver says he caught it. Did he?
Yeah, you put it up in there, you tell the ref, I got it. take it out of his hands. I got it, Mr. Official.
That's good for Hermit's first down.
And he found that soft zone I was just talking about. You find that soft zone. Those guys, when you have great athletes that are disciplined, they're going to run to the zones and you know where they're going to be. I always found it much easier playing against more talented teams because you know where they're going to go.
Richardson splits far out to the right side. And first down again, back-to-back first downs for the Hermits. And again, powering off the left side, but barely getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, it's going to be a tough area to run for St. Augustine because those ends are coming up and they're going to crash down anything off tackle. So unless you want to give a late draw read or something like that, anything right off tackle is going to be a tough area for them.
Matthew Castle made that reception for the first down. They lose a yard on first down, so gets them a little off schedule here, 2nd down or 11.
But they go back to their, you know, those quick hitting belly hitting plays and get 3 or 4 yards. They have a reasonable 3rd down.
2nd and 11 from the 40. Swing to the right side, juggling catch, turning it upfield to the 45-yard line on the reception.
I'll tell you what, actually any other team, that would have been a 10, 15-yard gain. But St. Augustine turned their shoulders and they rallied to the ball. You watch right here, he has a step on everybody until they realize where the ball's going. And watch this wave of maroon come over here. There they go.
Rudinich makes the reception.
Now look, middle distance is a good play. It's a nice time for a draw or go back to that tight end over the middle hook area. They should be catching it right on the C, on the OC.
Gamble with the snap. Good protection, now fires over the middle, and this one is caught for the first down.
Good job.
The reception to Teron Walker, 6'3" senior, caught it, and they were right on him, defenders for St. Peter's, but he was able to pull it away.
And the advantage goes to the offense there. You turn, you have the defender on your back, the quarterback, and you and the quarterback, nothing between you and the quarterback. It's hard to stop that, and that's what I was saying. That the middle hook area is going to be where they can get their yardage.
And for the most part, St. Augustine has protected their quarterback.
Yes. And he stood in there because he has defenders all around him, but he hasn't panicked, hasn't lost his technique. He just delivers the ball where it needs to go. The past few passes have been nice passes.
Walker in motion to the right side. Keeping it on the run is Gamble. Again, that advance of 4 or 5 yards on first down. That going to give him around 4 yards, and that's what the coaches are always looking for.
Excellent. I'm telling you right now, the first time St. Augustine does some kind of misdirection, I see the entire defense over here when they do some kind of misdirection, maybe off of that or off of, you know, a jet sweep or something, there's going to be room out there. He runs that play and pitches the receiver coming back the other way, nothing but green.
Second down and a long 6 for the Hermits, down 14-0, approaching the end of the first quarter of play.
They only had 10 guys.
St. Augustine calls timeout with, let's see, 33 seconds left here in this first half. They trail it 14-0. Well, Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street and the Boardwalk at Ocean City, is a popular summer destination. Gillian's will be open until 10 this weekend and through Labor Day weekend. And they'll give you a chance to enjoy their amusement rides every weekend in September. The summer continues through September at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th and the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. 39 seconds to be more precise left here in this first quarter of play. The officials, by the way, referee is Michael Walker. Umpires Joe DeTomo. Line judge is Rob Greco. Linesman is Scott Cooper. Field judge Dwight Davis. Side judge is Drew Welsh. And the clock operator is Tom Cavanaugh. Second down and 7. The give off right guard. Again, the carry is McClear. Popped through, but just couldn't keep his balance, got tripped up.
Now, DJ Mangan flew in there and made a play right at his knees, which is a good job. But what I'm seeing is he said come off the field now, but a really aggressive middle backer. That same play, if you want to hit right behind him, he's really reacting to the run reads.
So they will now face St. Augustine will a third down and 5, trailing at 14-0. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play as they do not get another play off. So after 1, St. Peter's on top of St. Augustine, 14-0. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
We go to quarter number 2 from the Battle at the Beach. St. Augustine taking on St. Peter's, trailing at 14-0 as St. Peter's struck quickly. Matter of fact, you can't strike any more quickly than they did, other than the fact that they ran back the opening kickoff. But on the first play from scrimmage, 66-yard touchdown, and they're up 14-0. This time, Gamble doesn't have the time, and he is sacked at the 49-yard line of St. Peter's, so that'll bring up a 4th down again for the Hermits.
You know, the defensive coach is going to be arguing, oh, that was a coverage sack on. That was the D-line getting through. They were all covered, and the D-line blew right through. So both sections of the defense did their job right there. That just tells you need to change the count, and you need some screens. Anytime they're that aggressive, they have to do something to slow these guys down.
Number 15, Rory Friel on the punt.
Friel will kick it away. Back again is Adams for the Marauders. Good kick. They're going to just let it go. Can they get it before it goes into the end zone? Let's see if they're going to mark it at the 1 or 2. Looks like they are going to.
He definitely touched it before it went in, but I thought you had to have possession of it. But he definitely touched it before it went in.
Having a discussion are the officials. I think the rules are different in college and high school than they are in the pros.
Absolutely. I know in college you can literally stand in the end zone, and as long as the ball doesn't cross the line, you can stop it from going in.
So they're going to say that it did go into the end zone, and they will start out at their own 20-yard line. Officials coming over to talk to the brain trust of the Hermits, who are questioning that call, but St. Peter's will have it at the 20. Champ Long is the outstanding quarterback, a Maryland commit for St. Peter's. They give up the middle, but a whistle stop. Check that. Is that a penalty?
Yeah. Or they weren't ready.
False start.
Yep.
Against St. Peter's Prep, back about 5 yards, first and 15.
I know the false start wasn't against that outstanding young man, Eric King, committed to Temple, because those Temple players don't do that kind of thing. So there had to be someone else on, on the line.
What school did you go to?
Oh, yeah, with the Temple. That's right.
That's right. First and 15 from their own 15-yard line. Long with the snap. Long throws deep down the left side and incomplete.
Excellent coverage. Excellent coverage.
Again intended for Zion Fowler. He was double teamed, and the ball was a little underthrown as well.
I was going to say on his last 3 passes, the receiver had to bend it back in to make an adjustment. What you want to do, if he wants to put this, the receiver wants to run 4 yards from the sideline, and the quarterback wants to put it at the receiver or towards the sideline. Bending it back in here, if you had a free safety that was able to get over there, you can get that one picked off. So that actually was not the best throw he can make. He took a little bit too long and needs to put it up and outside.
Second and 15 from the 15. Off the left side, the give, running room. Up the middle, breaking a tackle, slips another at the 40, picks up the first down, and more across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Ooh, he's a little bowling ball, isn't he? It's a Jalen Klein.
Broke 2 or 3 tackles en route, but is there a penalty that's going to bring it back?
See if we can see the holding. And normally I would say, you know, these penalties are drive killers, but with this high-powered offense, I don't know if that's even going to stop them.
Exactly. 5'8", 170, just a sophomore, but you look at someone who's 5'8" and 170, and you're saying, okay, he's a scat back. Didn't look that way on that play. He broke a couple of tackles.
You know, that used to be the case. Nowadays, on every level, you can see those short little bowling ball backs, especially even in the pros. They're coming back in fashion, let me tell you.
Second and 25 from their own 5. And they get St. Augustine to jump. So they're going to get back 5 of those yards, and it'll make it second down and 20.
Now they're doing what St. Augustine needs to do, is change the count up, you know?
Makes it second and 20.
But St. Augustine has an opportunity here, Sam, to really flip the field and get good field position if they can hold them here.
They sure do. They got 2 safeties back now. Looks like they even cover 4, so no more long passes for you.
Again, the give to Klein. Again has room. Breaks another tackle. Still going. Spins away to the 29-yard line. They'll still be short of the first down, but I think they found something with Mr. Klein.
Well, they took a man out of the box for cover 4. So instead of having 3 deep, you know, and 7 down where they can play, they have 4 deep. Now you have one less guy to block inside, and they're able to find that crease. Somebody forgot to tell the young man he's supposed to fall down. He's just keep running and running and running. Oh.
Third down and a short 2, long 1 And they're going to pick this up, if they do pick it up, via the ground, not throwing the football, which they've done very well. And here he is again, Klein. Cuts back this time, and they're going to stop him before he picks up the first down. He changed direction, but could not find an opening.
And we always talk about, what do we talk about, Tony? The secret of stopping the run is to making him change direction. You don't have to make the play, meaning you don't have to make the tackle, but if you make him they got the first. If you make him change direction, you have the advantage.
Okay, they got the first down.
I thought they're going to have to do a QB sneak behind the runt of the offensive line at 6 feet, 295-pound center, Nick Schoen. You know, the small one out there.
Officials are kind of going to have a discussion here. Scoreboard is not functioning, so.
They keep the time on the field, I
Yeah.
guess.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, do you think you have what it takes to be a New Jersey high school football official? Well, you're in luck. The
First down
NJFLA
for
is in need of football
the Marauders, and that was
officials. Is it WWF?
a very impressive series of picking up that first down. And he got penalized, 2 or 3 times, and they picked up the first down on the ground. And again, jumping
Yep.
St. Augustine, that's going to cost him 5 and bring up a first down at 5 for St. Peter's.
St. Augustine knows how to stop them. They just know that they have to fire off, be more aggressive. What comes with that? Jumping off sides, you know? So you want to get them back on their heels, you just change the count up. Smart football.
First and 5 at the 35.
I can see right now this slot receiver up top has a pretty open field. I don't know if they're going there or not, but
Again, the give to Klein. Klein off the left side picks up 5 or 6 to the 41-yard line. He gets past the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
man, you see, and it's like a wave, all right? A wave off the lineman. He just hides behind them. At 5'7", and you're running behind, 6'7", 6'4", 6'3", 6'3". You can get lost back there.
Now the first down for the Marauders. Quick toss to the left
Excellent
side. This
defense.
time, nothing doing.
Excellent defense. That's Messiah Christmas. I tell you what, he read that. That's how they should have read the touchdown earlier on to the back. He was able to read that right away. Great job.
Klein again makes the reception, but he paid for it.
As soon as he goes out here, you're not looking at the defense, but he sees him right away and he flies to the ball. Woo! Great job. Great tackle.
2nd and 12. I'm sure this is driving the coaches of St. Augustine crazy. I mean, I can understand it doing it once. This is the 3rd time they've jumped off sides.
Yeah, and the product, the net result of this is going to be you're going to be able to push the line back further if they sit back. I mean, the only chance is to be aggressive, and they're just taking advantage of it.
So that brings up a 2nd down and 7. When you're facing a team like St. Peter's, you can't help them out. Here's
Crossing
Long.
patterns. Crossing
Throws
patterns.
to the
yeah.
right side. This one is complete. For the first down and more. Inside the 40-yard line to the 38-yard line. And again, that's Mr. Fowler, Zion Fowler.
That was a crossing pattern by the 2 inside receivers. The idea is to rub the defenders off. Even if you're in zone, you got to carry them through your zone, or if you're in man, you got to run with them. Either way, you should try and knock them off, and it's almost always open.
Quick toss to the right side, complete to Fowler with a blocker in front. Has another first down. That one was just, okay, I'm going to toss it to you. You're going to have a blocker in front of you. Just work off the blocker, and he did that to perfection.
It's almost like they called 2 plays in the huddle, and he was able to put some touch on that. I like to see the different type of throws. The only thing I need to see the quarterback do is put it up and outside on the fades. All the other passes were right where they need to be. A lot of open field up top.
Long with a pump fake, now throws to the right side, complete again. Hassan Moore makes the reception, so as you said, Sam, it's not just Fowler. They have other people they can go to, and you saw there Moore open. They had just such a great timing on their passing game.
It's not. I mean, this give credit. He has all day back there with that big old line. Those athletes out there just running in space.
Here's Long again, all sorts of time into the end zone.
That's a nice
This one
catch.
is a touchdown.
That's the 4th receiver.
Long fires a dot, complete to number 0. For a St. Peter's
He must have changed his number. I'm not sure who number 0 is.
Yeah, I think it's 0, isn't it?
Yeah, it was 0. 0 got 6. coming across. Now, the only problem that the defender did was he saw him running back, and he looked back at the quarterback. You're playing that guy man-to-man. There's no reason to look back. You catch up to him, and then once you caught up to him, meaning you're on his hip, you stick your arm out just in case the ball is coming. He looked back before he caught up to the receiver, and that's why the receiver was open. Not to mention it was an excellent down and outside ball.
Duarte attempting for the third time in this ball game. Another marker down here.
False start. And some marauders.
Yeah, I'm looking at Cooper LaFon myself. 6'7", 315 junior. Number 71 on the right side.
Does he stand out?
He stands out, doesn't he? Among all the other big players on St. Peter's. Duarte again with the kick.
Uh-oh.
No good.
All right.
No good.
You know, normally I say that may come back to haunt him later, but I don't think that's going to be the issue here.
So the score remains 20-0 as St. Peter's had to overcome some penalties, had a second down and 25, but also got some help from St. Augustine jumping offside, and they were able to convert those first downs and march down the field for their third touchdown. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you will continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 7, Saturdays until 6, Sundays until 4. Help just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. St. Augustine will get the football back, and they showed some promise the last time they had the football, Sam. They just couldn't cash it in for points, but they did move the football.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is not an even match right now, but they can move the ball, they can get a play, and they can take some time off, and they get a score, and they can make it respectable. They're not, you know, completely out of the game here.
Duarte to kick. Down on the ground, taken up at 20-yard line and across the 25, then stood up and thrown back.
Yeah, that's a great way to eliminate the chance of a kick return. Now, I like to see them change the count up. I like to see them run a screen. I like to see them run a draw. Those D linemen are just running with a wild abandon. You need to slow them down.
Down by number 47.
Rudinich on the return. St. Augustine to have the football at their own 26-yard line. Sure, they'd like to get on the board before halftime.
And they can do it. They can do it.
They trail at 20-0 to the number 3 team in New Jersey.
Wow, this is the number 3 team, huh?
Yeah, Don Bosco's number 1, and we've heard of them.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Bergen Catholic, of course, number 1 last year. They give off the right side, not much there. And of course, St. Peter's plays these teams.
Yes.
They play Bergen Catholic. They play Don Bosco. And oh, by the way, next week they will play St. Joe's Prep of Philadelphia.
There you go. Now
Heck
we're
of a
talking.
team.
Yeah.
And St. Augustine will play their rival St. Joseph Hamilton. Paul Sacco's final year on the sideline for St. Joseph Hamilton.
Well,
We're winning as coach in South Jersey.
This is it. That's going to be the
Yeah.
season. Nice little yard gain right there. Still positive. It's all positive.
Swing to the left side. Nothing there. Grabbed in the backfield and thrown for a loss. You could see right away, Sam, as soon as that ball was thrown, that wasn't going to be a successful play. It was complete to Tristan McLear, but you could see the defenders were closing. They were right there.
Their speed and their recognition makes it look like he was late with the ball. Many other teams, that's going to be a 5-yard gain. It's just that they're able to read and get out there quickly, which, again, use that against them. You have to pump fake that, turn and go the other way, or whatever you have to do, but you just can't show them where you're going. They're leading. We always tell our defenders, if you see which way the ball's going, turn and look ahead. You know, like when you throw a ball to a dog and he turns and runs before he sees where the ball is. You got to turn and look, see what's happening before you get there.
Rory Friel is the quarterback for St. Augustine, the sophomore, 6'3". And now, see if this is a false start or, yes it is.
So that may be why they don't go on 2.
So the task just became a little harder for St. Augustine. They are now facing a 3rd down and 16. Looks a little longer than 16 to me, but I'll go with the scoreboard.
Now I'm looking at St. Peter's, the lefty, and London Robinson. He's really turned. He has his outside foot up, and he's coming in at an angle. You're going to have to be able to take advantage of that, try and get around him. If he turns and shoots upfield, you have to go underneath him. You're going to find a player you can work on. You just can't go against the entire defense. Find one player.
Friel with a snap. Friel rolling left. Friel throws to the left sideline. It's complete to McLear, but he steps out of bounds at the 35-36 yard line.
Wait a minute. Is that going to be an incomplete pass? Oh.
Okay, he must have stepped on the sideline.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're close. They have the right idea. Now they're flipping it over them. They're trying to do the right things. I mean, sometimes if you're outmanned, you're really limited in what you can do. You only have so many plays in at this point in the season. You know, I can sit up here and say do this and do that, but you know, you don't have your whole playbook in.
Friel will punt it. Adams again back to receive it. Approaching 4 minutes left in this first half of play. I'm sure one thing that St. Augustine would certainly like to do is get a good punt off, get good coverage, and prevent them from scoring again before halftime. Friel gets a good kick away, driving Adams back. He's going to let it go. Bounces down inside the 40-yard line. It's touched up at the 37-yard line. So good punt.
It's an excellent punt. I mean, I can finally say St. Peter's didn't do something right. He should have caught that punt. I mean, you turn like a baseball player. You sprint back to where you think it's going to come down. You squat and get set up, and you catch it, even if you're fair catching it. If you catch it on the run, then you're not getting back there fast enough. You need someone else to do that job.
20-0 St. Peter's with the lead and with the football at their own 37-yard line.
It's just scary up top, Tony. There's 3 wide receivers. The safety's all the way over here.
Back to passes long,
Exactly
fires downfield, and this one is
There you
intercepted. McLear comes up the cut in front of the intended receiver and pick it off.
The QB, Champ Long, first of all, he threw it too late. Second, he threw it off his back foot. He didn't lean into it. He had those guys open for at least 20 yards. Watch the release here. He's back. He's stepping up. Now step. So he flicked it. You can't flick those balls. You got to fire that thing earlier. All right. You play a team with a free safety with some range. A lot of those are going to get picked off. That's what happened on the one I said they should have thrown to the outside.
Intended for Hassan Moore, but St. Augustine able to get the ball back, and what you're looking for here is some sort of a win. And in this case, running out the clock in this first half, not letting them score again is probably considered a win for St. Augustine. But of course they'd like to get on the board. I'm not saying anything contrary to that. Left side Bethune cuts upfield, fumbles the football, it's loose, but they say forward progress at the 29-yard line.
It's that. I mean, they're figuring it out. They're trying to go on 2. They're throwing it outside. They're popping it past the linebackers. They need to go back to that middle hook type patterns, and they need to keep them off their toes. Maybe they can change the pace up. You know, maybe a little up tempo, anything.
Pickup of 3 yards, 2nd down and 7.
Call the same formation twice. Call 2 plays. There's many things you can do.
Gamble back in at quarterback for the Hermits. 2nd and 7. Mutz splits out to the left side. Again, the give Bethune, but he's met right at the line of scrimmage. thrown back for no gain at all.
Again,
Even lost a yard or two or three.
DJ Mangan, he is it's really good to see that he flies up there like that, but they need to take advantage of that. That same play with a pop pass behind it. They're substituting on, they have their first and second down players, and they have the third down players come in.
Timeout called by St. Peter's. St. Augustine facing a 3rd down and 9 from the 28-yard line. They trail it 20-0. 2:23 left in this first half of play. Johnson's Popcorn is known all over the Delaware Valley, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. They're open all year at 1368 Boardwalk at Ocean City. Phone 800-842-2676 or go online at johnsonspopcorn.com to place your order. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. And Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at Shoppy.com. Remember, you are not presenting the best trophy if you're not presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy since 1921, starting a new century. St. Peter's most likely wanted to preserve as much time as they possibly can because they figure they're going to get the ball back. Third down and 9. Gamble
Nice time.
throws to the left side, but way short, and it probably is a good thing because the defender was right there. That's Amari Gaines, and looked like he might have picked it off if he did throw it right to the receiver.
It was like Amari Glove right there. He was all over that pattern. You tell the D-backs, if you forgot what they're doing, you know what? Run the pattern for the receiver. Run it like you're the receiver, and you get to the point and you pick it off. If you do enough film work and you get an idea what they're doing, down a distance, run the pattern for them, and then you can pick it off.
So again, the punt. Approaching 2 minutes left in this first half of play. Adams again back. Friel will kick it from his 14. Again, a good kick. It's going to bounce down at the 37-yard line. This time Adams able to grab it to the 31-32-yard line, but then he's knocked down.
Ball fielded by number 1, Ryan Adams, brought down by number 32, Julian Gambuzi.
Julian Gambuzi making the stop for St. Augustine. St. Peter's will have another opportunity to get on the board, already leading at 20-0.
So what do you do first? Stay on sides. 2, you put your defense in position to take advantage of these underthrown balls. They did a good job before. Keep it up. I don't know why they're not throwing it at 15 or 20 yards instead of 40 yards down the field. They're open for the first, after 5 yards, they're all open.
At the 31, Long. Being rushed, has to release, finds a receiver at the 39-yard line to the 40-yard line.
That doesn't seem like much, but if you have time to come all the way across the field, from the other side of the field, and catch that, even though it's only an 8-yard gap, that tells you something about the O-line right there, and that's the difference in this game.
Second down and short. We apologize, but we don't have number 0 on our roster. We'll try to get it for you at halftime. This one popped up in the air, nearly intercepted. I believe it hit the ground, though, and it falls incomplete.
That's number 0, ball falls incomplete.
I tell you what, almost. I don't know if they have.
Third and 1.
This is when you go talk to your theater class teacher and you teach him how to act like he caught the ball and give it to the ref right there.
We were just informed by Will Morris, who's an integral part of St. Augustine's sports programs, that 0 is Massey. And again, off the right side, the carry by Klein. He's been outstanding in this second quarter. I mean,
He
sophomore.
He really is.
Here's Long. Look at the time he's got. Throws over the middle, and this one is incomplete. It pops up in the air.
Number 0 falls incomplete.
That was Massey again.
And 10.
I tell you, he's just, I don't know if it's early in the season or what, he's just a little bit off on all these throws. I mean, that receiver should be able to catch that running. If you see here, he has time. He's not pressured. He definitely flicks it more. There's no reason for him to have to dive that much for the ball. It should be right there. It should still be running.
2nd and 10. Toss over the middle is complete to Massey. Massey has the first down to the 30-yard line, to the 29-yard line. So obviously he is looking for Massey.
Oh, yeah, Kenyon Massey. Okay.
Yeah. Must have changed numbers. Here's Long again going quickly, and a whistle on the play.
St. Augustine calls timeout.
So St. Augustine calls timeout. 1:01 left in this first half of play. 20-0. St. Peter's leads it over the Hermits. Well, winning teams know that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 100 years, Calvi Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer an unparalleled level of electrical expertise and service to every single customer. Now you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements, and they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Calvi Electric a part of your winning team. Call 609-345-0151 or visit calvielectric.com. First down for the Marauders at the 29 of St. Augustine. They lead it 20-0. Long, the snap. Long to the right side. This one is incomplete.
That definitely should have been caught, but again, you see how he had to slow down and turn and catch it. I don't know if he needs to throw the ball earlier or harder, but the timing is just a little bit off.
Hassan Moore, the intended receiver.
Yeah, he got to catch that, but still, he needs to put it out there so he can catch it running.
2nd down and 10 from the 29. .54 seconds remaining in this first half of play. It's been all St. Peter's. Long throws to the left side. This one is complete.
Oh.
Then thrown out of bounds, and the flag flies high. I mean, real high.
Definitely threw him down once he was out of bounds.
Klein made the reception, then he was tossed aside when he was out of bounds. So that's going to cost St. Augustine 15 yards and make the task for St. Peter's just a little easier.
You don't need that.
Personal foul going to be called against St. Augustine.
You have Dallas Reese over here. They're just checking the game at 6'2". Against Julian Lessie at 6'1". All right. Looks like a fade formation here.
At the 15-yard line, the claps coming from St. Peter's. They think that St. Augustine jumped, but that was not the case. It was a full start for the Marauders. Ball is just inside the 20 at the 19-yard line of St. Augustine. Now, that's an offside's going to be called against St. Augustine. So they giveth and taketh away.
With all this passing and these penalties, it's been a pretty quick half.
1st and 10.
First down for St. Peter's. Looking for more here to close out the first half. They lead it 20-0. Long with a snap. Great protection. Long rolling to his left's going to take it himself, and he's run out of bounds.
Good coverage by St. Augustine. They had everybody bracketed. They're running alongside everybody. Didn't give him a chance to throw anywhere.
Inside the 15, around the 13-yard line. So they are able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Second down and 9 for St. Peter's. 39 seconds on the clock. The snap, long, pump fake, throws it to the right side, but must have had his arm hit.
That's what they're calling it right now. They let the play
Massey,
continue.
yeah, Massey.
I'd like to see who got pressure on him right there.
So in other words, that was a fumble, or did they knock the ball away from Long? Because it did hit. Did it hit the?
My initial thought it was a forward pass, but they let that play go, so it looked like they're calling as if the ball was knocked out.
Right, because it did hit the ground, didn't it?
Yeah, but if they knocked it out, obviously
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter. Let's see.
Nonetheless, it's a loss.
Yeah, they're saying as the ball never went forward, it was going back and he got hit as it was back.
Okay.
So they got some pressure on him. I mean, that was only a 3-step. I mean, there is life in St. Augustine. They get a good result right here. Knowing that these guys get in the end zone, they found a way to get pressure. All they have to do is stay on sides and complete a drive in the second half.
2nd down and 14 for St. Peter's. Ball marked at the 17-yard line of St. Augustine. Marauders leading it 20-0. See what Coach Hansen dials up here for the number 3 team in the state.
All right. 52 is way out here wide. Eric King looks like he's in slot position here. You see that?
Yeah, they just threw a flag. Was that sideline infraction?
And DJ Mangan is at the tackle position. It's just odd.
Long throws it
Look
over
at
the
that.
middle, and this one is picked off again. Right side, across the 20 to the 25. He's still on his feet as he's run out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
If you get a look at that, you'll see that they may have tried to get a little bit too cute right here. They had a wide receiver at the tackle position, had the tackle out wide, faking a quick screen, and they wanted to slip him up, slip the wide receiver down the middle of the field. And St. Augustine, look, this 4 goes right up the middle, and again, ball's late and behind, and picked it off. It's interesting why they would do that when their regular offense is working so well.
Intercepted by number 7, Zacharias.
Zacharias making the pick.
Number 3, Zion Fowler.
Just a few seconds left now, 14. And St. Augustine most likely are just going to run out the clock here. Go into halftime trailing at 20-0, but they've really done a good job of picking off Long with his throws of late.
They figured out that they just have to be in the area because the balls are low and the balls are late.
Timeout called by St. Augustine. Well, if you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. Interesting here, Sam, with I believe it's 14 seconds left in the half that they would call a timeout.
You know, it's probably not conventional. I'm going for something. I'm trying to get a big player to do something. I know, people say take a knee and go and, lick your wounds, but who would have thought that they would have picked it off in the end zone there and run it back? So, stranger things would happen. You get a pass interference out here. Even if they pick it off, it's going to run the timeout anyway. I mean, I don't know. Give yourself a chance.
Teron Walker splitting out to the left side, the 6'3 senior. Here's Gambit. Fires to the right side. This one is incomplete.
And
It's intended for Castle.
There's a play action pass I've been asking for. They're doing it now. I mean, that's just a matter of not catching the ball or not delivering it right, but they have the right idea. Give yourself a chance. You don't know. One missed tackle. You never know.
2nd down and 10 from the 45. Friel is in at quarterback again for St. Augustine.
That's a penalty. It
Takes
was
the
a set.
snap and
Yeah.
up the middle, but again, the false start. By St. Augustine, they've had a number of false starts. They've had a whole bunch of offsides.
All right. Number 9, Matthew Castle was running out to get set, and he snapped the ball before he got set. It wasn't set for a second.
Second down and 15 for the Hermits. Castle again out to the left side. Friel. Up the middle. That might do it. Carry to Rudinich. And that's going to be the first half of play. So we've played one half complete. St. Peter's has pretty much dominated the play, and they lead it 20-0. We'll be back with more right after this.
St. Augustine Prep students defy conventional classifications. They are not simply students or athletes or artists. They are young men of multiple interests and talents. Young men filled with curiosity and a desire to better themselves and those around them through a top-notch education rooted in the Augustinian values of truth, unity, and love. If you aspire to grow and learn in the company of like-minded young men, St. Augustine Prep is where you should be.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
St. Augustine Prep students defy conventional classifications. They are not simply students or athletes or artists. They are young men of multiple interests and talents. Young men filled with curiosity and a desire to better themselves and those around them through a top-notch education rooted in the Augustinian values of truth, unity, and love. If you aspire to grow and learn in the company of like-minded young men, St. Augustine Prep is where you should be.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
St. Augustine Prep students defy conventional classifications. They are not simply students or athletes or artists. They are young men of multiple interests and talents. Young men filled with curiosity and a desire to better themselves and those around them through a top-notch education rooted in the Augustinian values of truth, unity, and love. If you aspire to grow and learn in the company of like-minded young men, St. Augustine Prep is where you should be.
Back here at Cary Stadium in Ocean City, New Jersey. Battle at the beach. St. Peter's leading St. Augustine by the count of 20-0. St. Peter's, the Marauders started off quickly on the first play from scrimmage. 66-yard touchdown pass from Long to Fowler. Extra point was good. 6-yard touchdown pass followed to Hassan Moore, made it 13-0. The extra point also good. And then another touchdown pass, this one to Kenyon Massey. Extra point no good. And that's where we are, 20-0 St. Peter's. They have thrown a couple of interceptions in this first half, especially in the second quarter. St. Augustine has really not been able to get anything going offensively. They've shown some flashes, but have not been able to do anything consistently to move the ball down the field.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about the Marauders' offense because, it's high-powered and just impressive to watch. But if you think about it, their defense has just been fantastic. I know the D-backs have been like glue on the receivers right there, and the D-line has been pressuring them and giving up very little. St. Augustine has a very little room to operate, but they're doing their best. They're making the adjustments. They're doing what they can. They have the ability to put a drive or two together this half, at least get on the board, and maybe wait for a big mistake by St. Peter's. I mean, right now, if they don't put that ball where it needs to be, because they throw so much, if they don't put that ball where it needs to be, I can see one or two more interceptions unless he fixes where he's throwing it. He has to throw a little earlier. So St. Augustine should be prepared to play a second half and get on the board and just see what happens from there.
Well, now that at least they've had a half of playing against St. Peter's, live action, so it's not just, okay, guys, let's take a look at their film. You're actually out there playing against them, so they might be able to make some adjustments in the second half. Taking a look at the beach, the battle at the beach so far. Mainland in the first game yesterday knocked off Egg Harbor Township 37-0. In the game we did, Salem all over Cedar Grove by the count of 53-13. Downingtown west of Pennsylvania knocked off Highland 48-13. And in the capper last night, Neshaminy of Pennsylvania took out Ocean City 21-0. First two games today, Wayne Valley knocked off Delran 17-13. Toms River North 28, Washington Township 21. Some other games from yesterday, Shawnee knocked off Northern Burlington 30-28. Two very good programs. A game that you did last night, Sam. Rancocas Valley beat Williamstown 21-14. Some other games, Gloucester 21, Shalleck Zip. Cherry Hill West 42, Clearview 7, and Timber Creek bested St. Thomas Aquinas 26-21, and Oakrest over Vineland 7-6, and finally Hamilton beat Notre Dame 20-14. So we're just about ready to get this second half underway. Tomorrow, by the way, final day of the battle at the beach. It'll be Thomas Jefferson of Pennsylvania taking on Millville at 11 a.m. Holy Spirit Cherokee meet at 2 p.m. in a game we'll bring to you, and Edison takes on Cedar Creek in the finale at 5 p.m. So if you can make it out, catch some excellent high school football right here at the greatest family resort in the United States, Ocean City. Come on out.
I tell you what, it's a beautiful day. What a change from last year at this time. We were under waves and waves of water and multiple delays, and now it's just a great day for football.
Yeah, I was worried because they said we could have some intermittent showers this afternoon, but so far everything is held up nicely, and it is a beautiful day. It's hot, it's humid, but it's summertime.
Yeah, right? not unexpected.
So St. Peter's will receive the second half kickoff. They won the toss and they deferred.
St. Peter's will receive the second half kick. Number 1, Ryan Adams.
Adams back to receive it,
Number 0, Massey.
along with Massey.
Back deep return.
So as we've said many times before, the first series of the third quarter, many times very important in determining the outcome. Obviously, St. Augustine in a deep hole, 20-0, but certainly they would like to at least get the ball back quickly.
Right. And so we're looking at what they're going to do on defense. How can they get some pressure on him? I mean, anybody can complete some passes if you're not going to get any pressure on the quarterback. And that massive offensive line is just doing a masterful job of protecting. They may have to send some people, take some chances to change the outcome of the game, or at least get on the board.
Thrown with a kick, and Adams on the return right side across the 30-yard line to the 32 or 33-yard line. So St. Peter's will go to work at the 32-yard line, leading at 20-0. Now they're going to move it up to the 33-yard line.
So they opened the first play of the game with the post pattern that the receiver did a good job of adjusting to and scored, and see what they do now.
Champ Long is the quarterback. Zion Fowler, an outstanding receiver. Hassan Moore also, and Kenyon Massey, the three receivers who have seen most of the work. But Jalen Klein, a sophomore running back, has had an outstanding game. He gets the call, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage and belted and sent backward.
Ball's out. Oh, got it back. I would say adjustment made. they were able to read that, and they were able to fill that hole. Matthew, I guess it's Bonchek, did a great job of filling that hole.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 from the 33.
5-man pressure.
Long count. Long takes it. No pressure, throws to the left side, incomplete.
Tell you what, they sent 5-man pressure. They didn't get there, but they were also able to hold up in the secondary and had a man on a man.
DJ Brown, the intended receiver, so that'll bring up a third down and 10 for the Marauders, leading at 20-0. Long with a snap, Long being pressured, Long with a release down the right sideline, just too far for the intended receiver. That is Zion Fowler. He had maybe one step on the defender, but it would have had to be a perfect pass for him to make the catch.
Yeah, I'll take an overthrown ball like that anytime. If the ball turned over, it was a nice pass. It was thrown on time. It looks like the coach had a talk with him and said, hey, man, put that ball out there where your receivers can get it. So that's something you can adjust to. Underthrown balls are dangerous. Overthrown balls, it's either caught or it's what we saw right there, just incomplete.
Duarte will kick it. Standing at his own 16-yard line, high, fair catch called for and made at the 32-yard line.
All right, great start for St. Augustine right now. You're where you need to be. Now you just take your time, march down the field. All you can do worry about is one drive, one play at a time. Just your assignment.
Matthew Castle on the reception of the punt. But a good sign, 3 and out they'll take every single time on the opening drive of the third quarter, and they did a good job defensively. So St. Augustine will go to work at their own 27-yard line. Check that, 32-yard line, pardon me. Gamble will be the quarterback for the first series. He's been alternating with Rory Friel in this game. Walker peels to the right side. Gamble looking to throw, but he will not have a chance as he is grabbed and thrown down.
I like the idea of getting a little action there before you throw, but you have to establish a run first for them to go for the play action first. So if you're not, it's going to be a quick step, 3-step pass.
London Robinson making the sack. Second down. we'll call it 19. The scoreboard again is having issues, so we'll say it's 2nd and 19 off the sack from Robinson.
And if it wasn't so obvious, this would be a good screen down, but they have to look for it here. Got him.
Wide open is
There's the
Walker
play
at
action.
the midfield line. He's ahead of everybody. 20, 10, touchdown.
Excellent job. They got around to doing it. Those aggressive defenders, you're going to get them every time. Let them run up there and get that. Use their aggressiveness against them. You know how hard it is to throw a ball to a wide open receiver right there and then have that ball. That ball is in the air for a day and a half, that receiver thought right now. It was just floating up there and he was wide open. Excellent job. Look at that long fake. Put it up there. It wasn't even that poorly thrown. It was a well-thrown ball.
I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute.
Okay.
First, we're going to get the extra point.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about this, and you're the perfect person to answer. Freund will be attempting.
Oh, I've been waiting for that the whole first half.
Kick is good. So it is now 20-7. St. Peter's on top of St. Augustine. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street on the boardwalk at Ocean City, is a popular summer destination. Gillian's will be open until 10 this weekend and through Labor Day weekend. And they'll give you a chance to enjoy their amusement rides every weekend in September. This summer continues through September at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street on the boardwalk at Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. All right, so here's my question. Mentally, if you're the quarterback, and mentally if you're the receiver, and the receiver has no one within 20 yards of him, that's probably very, very stressful mentally, because you're thinking, whatever you do, don't drop this football. And as the quarterback, whatever you do, don't overthrow him. Whereas if throwing into coverage and it's difficult to fit it in there, it's not quite as stressful, because if you blow it, you don't get a chance to have those plays more than once or twice in a game.
Right. And unfortunately, we go right to the negative. And I had a couple of passes like that in college, and the ball's up there for half an hour, and you're saying to yourself, don't drop it, don't drop it. You should be saying catch it, catch it, catch it, but you just go right to the negative. You say, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Oh, my goodness. But, you know, you practice enough of it. You practice enough, you should be able to catch it. But it is stressful.
Freund with a kick at the 9-yard
Nice
line.
cut.
Cuts to his right across the 20 to the 25-yard line. That was Klein on the return.
So now St. Augustine needs to say to themselves, you know, big bad St. Peter's, we can play with these guys. We can do it. We stopped them on offense. We had a big play on defense. We set them up. That's what the first play was for. And we were able to pop it over top. You know, you get an interception here and a turnover, and it changes. It's a whole new game. And it's not impossible to have an interception because he threw 2 in the first half.
St. Peter's back on the field. Of course, they really haven't thrown it down the field, St. Augustine, pretty much the entire game, as you were saying.
I've been waiting for it. Now, the problem here is Jalen Klein. That little man is going to run the ball, and he's tough to bring down.
Long, the snap, the give to Klein. Nobody near him as he breaks through. He's got one man to beat. Still driving to the 40-yard line of St. Augustine. Man, I tell you, this kid has power. He's 170 pounds at 5'8". He's a sophomore. But he is about as tough to bring down as any runner you're going to see who's 6'2" and 230.
Yeah, I think he hurt us up here. I don't know, but I was going to say that's the problem. Yeah, they weren't set.
False start for St. Peter's. Cost him 5 yards. He has been impressive. And when you can throw the football as a team like St. Peter's can, and then you have him, difficult to defend.
I mean, they really did a good job of blocking down that and getting him a good alley to run in, you know, and then having him accelerate at the pace he does. And he's really good in the open field, too. It's not easy to tackle him out there.
Big thighs as well. 1st and 15.
Okay, they're sending pressure again. I like it.
Looks like we're going to get back-to-back false starts for St. Peter's. turnabout is fair play, as they were really drawing St. Augustine off sides a number of times in that first half.
Yes, they did. And that's what we were looking for. Just a little bit of pressure. It changes things, you know. These are still teenagers, still young men.
So now it's 1st and 20. Ball moved just inside the midfield line at the 49 of St. Peter's. Here's Long. Quick pitch to the left side, incomplete, and he might have taken his eye off the ball because he felt that defender was just about ready to give him some punishment.
That's right, and that's the difference from last time to this time. They're rallying to the ball. They took a man out of the box to add another secondary person. And look right here. He's looking, watch his little head go. Wait a minute, I see a flash of white. A good job of holding up. You know, a lot of times you don't get credit for not having that extra hit and unnecessary roughness.
Quick pitch over the middle, complete. Short of the first down, but picks up good chunk of yardage.
And on 2nd and 20, to give up 9 is okay, because now it's 3rd and 11, and you're doing well.
Fowler on the reception for St. Peter's, now 3rd and 12. Did they do it again?
They did. I never want to apologize for mistakes, but they have to play aggressive in order to make things happen. And St. Peter's knows that. St. Augustine's got to hold their water.
So now 3rd and 7 for St. Peter's.
Now it becomes much more manageable. Look at that, all the pressure. This is good. Now check out of it. Go back to your zone. Sit at the first down marker and wait to make the tackle.
Low snap. Throws over the middle, complete for the first down to the 22-yard line.
So, yeah, both outside backers coming off the edge. What's the perfect play for that? A slant, because that's the zone they're vacating.
Dallas Reese, 6'2", 195-pound junior.
Yeah, fine is a problem. I don't know what they can do about that, but they can make adjustments in the passing game.
Another first down for St. Peter's. On the march. After giving up the long touchdown, here's Klein again off right guard. He just doesn't go down on the first hit. He just keeps those legs driving.
I can watch him run all day.
Well, great running backs appreciate others, right? There he is again for the touchdown. No resistance there at all. I mean, he wasn't even touched.
No. You see, when you're on your heels because you jumped off sides, those big boys are going to push you around. They have to be firing off the ball, and they're going to probably jump off sides a couple more times if they want to stay in this game. You know, they keep going to the right side with Eric King. I'm just going to leave that one there, out there for the public.
26-7. So impressive as St. Peter's answers the long touchdown by St. Augustine to go up 26-7.
On the ground. They did have a big third down, but they caught them rushing the outside backers, and they threw a slant, which is what you're supposed to do. What you want to do is have the safety cheat up to pick that off and have the corner play off in case it's a deep post or anything like that. The safety should come up and make a play on that. You got to gamble. If you don't gamble, you're just going to extend the drive, and then eventually they're going to score. There's two outside backers are blitzing. You tell the safeties to cheat up. The corners go over top. They play the deep pattern in cases they have post and go.
27-7, St. Peter's. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you will continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 7, Saturdays until 6, Sundays until 4. Help just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road, Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. So St. Augustine about to get the ball back.
Nadir Bethune and number 9, Matthew Castle.
Matthew Castle and Nadir Bethune are back to receive it.
I would even put a wrinkle on kickoff return. Do whatever you have to do.
Duarte will kick it away.
Take a few steps, throw back lateral to the wide side, give yourself some field position. Oh.
Onside kick. Did they get it?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Onside kick was covered by number 22, Cam Richardson.
Richardson.
It'll be
He was all
St.
over
Peter's
it.
ball.
But, of course, this is the time to do it. Not when you expect
That's
a team to try the onside kick because they have their hands team up there. They're looking for it, but here it is.
They did a good job of that's a scouting play right there. They saw, hey, coach, the right guard and tackle are flying out. They're trying to get deep to set up the return. They're turning their back, so just dribble it forward. Good job by the kicker. It's not an easy thing to do. And the discipline not to touch it before 10 yards.
So they've got it back again, up 27-7.
If it was the normal personnel and kickoff, that was a really good job. But if they substituted some people upstairs need to take a look and say, hey, that guy's not normally there. Watch out. There's the reverse.
Off the jet sweep, the reverse to Fowler, looking to sweep the right side, but there's a marker down, and he is run out of bounds.
Reverse number 3, Zion Fowler.
I guess that long touchdown pass that St. Augustine completed upset the coaches.
He said,
They said, all right, you're going to do that? We'll do an onside kick. And
let me go to the appendix of the playbook here. All right, onsides and reverse, and, which is interesting. Again, they have a long season ahead. They're putting a lot of stuff on tape. They don't need to do much more than hand it to the young man, Jalen Klein.
so the holding penalty will set up a first down. 16 from the 48-yard line. Long gives off to Klein. Check that, pulls it back from Klein, now throws to the left side to Maxey. Maxey breaks free, cuts back to his right. He is going to take it the distance for the touchdown.
For a St. Peter's touchdown.
Well, that was an excellent fake. Let me tell you, I don't know if they're taking a look at this right now. They did a great job because in order to make a fake effective, keep running like you have the ball as long as you can. And the quarterback just relaxes right there. It'll look like the ball carrier is holding it. Right here, here's a fake. He's running. They still didn't know it was a pass. Good job. So Klein's effective without the ball. He pulled everybody up, even the cameraman.
Even the announcer.
Oh, yeah, you
Fooled me too.
He's up, kick is good. With that extra point.
Point after is good, now 34-7. St. Peter's leads it in this third quarter. Johnson's Popcorn is known all over the Delaware Valley, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. They're open all year at 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 800-842-2676 or go online at johnsonspopcorn.com to place your order. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. And Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Show Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at Shoppy.com. Remember, you are not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy since 1921, starting a new century. So after that touchdown pass to Walker, St. Peter's has come back to score 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think they got an earful. All the points that left off the board in the first half. So you want to keep your position, you better start playing.
St. Augustine will have another chance here. Duarte to kick it away. Taken at the 7-yard line.
Oof.
Off the right side, but not much available.
Tell you, they're bringing it.
That was Matthew Castle on the return, but didn't get much done. Great coverage by St. Peter's.
It's a good job. They're well, it's not 35. One more, well, I guess 8 more points, right?
St. Augustine down 34-7 to St. Peter's. Of course, both these teams off this game have very tough opponents next week as well. St. Peter's takes on St. Joe's Prep of Philadelphia, one of the top teams in the Philadelphia area. And St. Augustine will face their rival, one of their rivals, St. Joe's of Hamilton. Gambit back in at quarterback. Throws quick pitch to the left side. This one is complete to Castle. Gets a block along the left sideline. Across the 40. In a foot race, and he's caught from behind at the 40-yard line.
I tell you, the plays are there. Again, most other teams, that's a touchdown. Just those guys are able to turn and run and walk them down. But those St. Augustine has what they need to keep themselves on these long drives. Heck, even if it takes a big play, have it be a big play. It doesn't matter. Just get down the field.
St. Augustine just looks so much better offensively than they did in the first half, especially the first quarter when they couldn't get anything done.
Right.
But of late, they've come to life.
They found something. The players found a little confidence, and coaches say, hey, we can do this, that, and the other. We might not be able to do everything we want to do, but we can do enough to move the ball.
At the 40 of St. Peter's.
Good play.
The give left side has room, turns the corner along the left sideline and knocked down inside the 20-yard line. At the 17-yard line, that was McClear.
They found something
They're
over
getting
there.
some chunk plays here against St. Peter's.
They are. They found, I don't know if we can take a look at this. They're all blocked down. Nice job.
First down for St. Augustine. At the 21-yard line of St. Peter's. Looking to get back on the board here.
Now you got him riled up a little bit. You throw a little something different at him here. There it is. Oh, one tackle.
Yeah, left side. McClear.
Hand off to number 5, Christian McClear. Brought down by
And
number
McClear
15,
may
Jack
have been
Adams.
shaken up, slow to get up, but here he is getting up. Good sign as he walks off under his own power.
Oh, good. All right.
2nd and 9.
Let's see. If you're watching here, as soon as the motion comes across. Oh, time was almost off on that one. Okay. You want your back to make one man miss. That's a tackle right in the hole. It's a good defensive job right there.
Pickup of a yard, 5:34 left in this third quarter.
So St. Peter's is staying with no free safety. Double post on the outside would be nice.
Rolling right gambit off play action, throwing to the right sideline, but well defended. And he was under pressure intended for Walker.
Yeah, the right defensive end did a good job of chasing him down. What does that tell you? A throwback screen. You sprint to the right, you screen back left, he's going to walk into the end zone. That's the information the coaches have now.
The only question is, what will they do with that information, right?
Well, it's tough because now it's third down, but you know, you can try it right now, or I would definitely try it if you get another first down to the wide, sprint to the wide side of the field, throwback screen to the tailback, or if you have the H-back or something right back that way.
Of course, it is 4-down territory for St. Augustine. Here's Gambit, throws in the end zone for Walker, off his fingertips, thrown a little behind him as he put the hand up, but it was kind of behind him. It would have been a really tough catch. He might have had to done it one-handed, but it was there. There's no question about it.
The play was there. Watch this. The patterns. He's coming across right here. Come on, QB. I mean, that would be a heck of a catch. That might be a bit much to ask for a young man to do, but the call was there. The play action was there. It's a good job. They're calling what they need to call to try and make this close a game. It's a shame they waited till the second half to start doing this, but look, they figured it out.
Well, Walker was moving right to left, and the pass was kind of thrown behind him.
Yeah.
So it would have been a very, very difficult catch. Walker, of course, 6'3", so has the size and just could not hold it in. But they have a fourth down now, 4th down and 9. Here's Gambit, steps up, throws to the right sideline. This one is incomplete.
They did a good job of making St. Peter's put 2 safeties back that time. It's a shame they couldn't check to a run, because that was, one less man to block and you would be able to make it. Maybe it's not in their arsenal yet, or I don't know what they have, but they were successful now dictating to the defense. But they still stay with the pass on that.
Tender for Gudinich, incomplete.
4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third. Just wanted to pass that on to you as you can see it on your screen. Scoreboard not operative here in Ocean City, so we're getting the time from our colleagues here in the press box. We appreciate it. Long. Off the play fake, throws to the left side. It's complete. Picks up some 4 or 5 yards. That was more on the reception.
It's just so interesting to see the 2 different philosophies here. St. Peter's is saying, just get the ball quickly to our athletes and let them make a play. St. Augustine is calling the plays that should be open. You just have to execute.
Klein, left side. Klein with room. Klein a first down across the 40 to the 47-yard line. It almost looks like he's on skates.
It's just like start from standing still to full speed. There's no ramping up.
Quick pitch to the left side is complete. Again to Moore stutter steps. Again the first down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. As you said, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Get it out of your hands. Throws to the left sideline. Do the rest after the catch.
That's
Another
what
first
it is.
down.
Yeah. Our job, what do you do? Get the ball in their hands and let them operate from there.
That will back them up 10 yards.
Looks like there is, however, a marker on the play. Going to be a 10-yard walk-off against the Marauders.
The down marker needs to move back. There you go.
4 minutes and run.
Again, Klein. Look at this. Nobody near him until he breaks free. And this time he's going to not only break free, but he's going to take it to the house.
I mean, I think I made the understatement of the year where I say Klein's going to be a problem, but should have been taking the stats. He's about 175 right now. Yards. He got his weight in yards. Right here, he's untouched. Right underneath both ends. Hat on the hat. Good night. Look at the speed. He's not just quick, he's fast.
Only a sophomore. His coming out party here in Ocean City.
I get to see him in indoor track in the 50, 55, whatever it is.
Duarte to attempt. And it is good.
It is good. With that point after attempt, your score here in Ocean City.
41-7. St. Peter's on top of St. Augustine.
Well, we've done it again, Tony. It's going to be a running clock, right?
Yep. That's right. The curse of the Blum-Jenkins.
One team is going to love us, and one team is going to be like, never again.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of these running clocks. Of course, the rules changed significantly since we first started doing this. Used to be, what, 35? And you had to get below 35. Now that's different.
That's 33 and 26, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But it will run the entire rest of the second half unless, of course, they get it under 26. St. Augustine, the differential that is.
So even if they score again, they're going to have to score a third time for it to stop.
And it's very interesting because St. Peter's scored quickly and scored early in that first half. went up 20-0, but they did throw a couple of interceptions that kind of slowed them down.
Yes.
Then in the third quarter, St. Augustine with a 67-yard hookup to Walker, and since that time it's been 3 scores in a row for St. Peter's. So
I mean, just down
that
the
woke
field.
them up.
And it's not like they're just passing all over them. These are running plays, gashing them. Big play, big play, big play. Let's see if their front line is learning their lesson here.
Duarte. To kick it. Taken at the 12-yard line. Starting off to his left, now back the other way to the 20-yard line.
Number 31, Aiden Dawkins. Brought down number 15, Jack Allen.
Oh, hello. They got it working over there. I don't know. Who's got the ball?
Alden Dawkins on the return.
Oh, we got a scoreboard sighting.
Yep. 3:40 and counting in this third quarter. It's been a long third quarter.
Yeah.
But the clock will continue to run throughout the rest of this ball game unless, as we mentioned, St. Augustine able to get it under 26 points.
And there's not much they can do other than what they've been doing. You just go out the plays that work and you pick a player you think you can fool. A few subs in there. Got him again.
Throws deep to the left side, and this one is complete. Spinning away across the 40-yard line to the 35-yard line is Matthew Castle. Boy, what a difference, Sam. I mean, it's just amazing how the receivers are getting open. They're making big plays, and just wasn't the same in the first half.
I don't know if we're there yet, but good pump fake right there. Keeps going. Go underthrown again. Now, these are not the starters back there. 111. Amara Gaines is a starter. Cambridge is a starter. Okay.
First down at the 35 of St. Peter's. Give again off the left side to McLear. He turns the corner. Picks up 6 yards on first down. Close to 7 yards. And don't forget, St. Augustine, while they are a young team, they're not going to be playing St. Peter's every week. Just want to make one correction. In order for the clock to stop running, they have to get it below 25 points. Second down and 3. Gamble. Now he is swarmed under. He had time for a moment, but took a little too long to pick out a receiver, and he was just swarmed under, buried.
If there is such a thing as a good sack, that's it. There was nowhere to go with that ball. If you look at this replay right here, there was nowhere to go. Covering the flat, covering the top. I mean, he's just swarmed over, and he tucked it in, didn't turn it over. Guess what? They got another down. Well, really 2 downs, because you know they're going to go for it on 4th. So you do your 5 to 7 yard play here, maybe reverse, counter, something that they haven't seen yet. You're waiting to see which of your players are still playing, who has quit. There's a lot you can get from your team at this point.
Christmas splits out to the left side. 3rd and 10.
Is that the 4th?
That'll bring us to the end of the third.
So that is the end of the third quarter. A little confused. We apologize for that, but that's because the scoreboard clock's still counting down to the end of the third quarter. But nonetheless, 41-7 after 3. We'll go to the 4th after this.
St. Augustine Prep students defy conventional classifications. They are not simply students or athletes or artists. They are young men of multiple interests and talents. Young men filled with curiosity and a desire to better themselves and those around them through a top-notch education rooted in the Augustinian values of truth, unity, and love. If you aspire to grow and learn in the company of like-minded young men, St. Augustine Prep is where you should be.
We go to the 4th. St. Peter's ahead comfortably, 41-7 with a running clock here at the Battle at the Beach in Ocean City.
They haven't attacked the middle of the field at all yet. I'd like to see what happens there.
3rd and 10. Gamble to the right side, looking for Christmas, and he had the football, but then didn't have it.
Right idea.
Could not secure it.
Right idea, because worst case scenario is 5 yards. And then you'd be 4th and 5, and you can try and get the first.
St. Augustine looking at a 4th down and 10 from the 35-yard line of St. Peter's.
St. Peter's defense needs to get some credit. I mean, they've been all day long. They've been fooled once, twice, and they still are there, and they still have only given up 7 points.
So they'll send trips to the right side. Stepping up or attempting to step up was Gamble, I should say, but no shot whatsoever as they really came after him.
Yeah. You only have one option. Two steps. As soon as he gets back here, he gets the ball right here. 1, 2, throw. You can't. It's 4th down. You're going to turn it over anyway. You got to put it up there and give yourself a chance. As I say, from the safe distance in the press box away from 300-pounders coming at me.
Lorenzo Nieves the first to get there, but he had all sorts of help as well. And, of course, it puts the offensive linemen at a disadvantage as well. They know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
St. Peter's with the football, leading it 41-7. See if they keep it on the ground here.
It's no less dangerous. I mean, it's not like keeping it on the ground is going to keep it close.
Klein appeared to be slowed at the line of scrimmage, but just found a crack to the right side and 5 yards just like that.
He's still dragging people. I don't know if they're keeping his stats, if they're trying to get him to a certain point, because there's no reason for him to be in the game right now other than they're trying to get to something.
2nd and 5 from the 45. Again Klein to the right side. Again Klein with the first down inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. And you know what? Long is really doing a good job, though, Sam, with the RPO.
Right.
I mean, I think that's really helping it out because the defenders don't really know what he's going to do. He puts it in Klein's gut, and then he says, okay, I'm going to give it to you. By that time, he's past the line of scrimmage and picked up 5 or 6.
You know, when he gets the ball, he's like he's playing in the Canadian League, like he has a running start there or something. It's just at full speed. But they're doing the best they can. Massive line. They get heavier as the game goes on. You know, that 315 is about 345 right now when you're trying to go up against it.
Pickup of 2 on first down by Klein. 2nd and 8 from the 40. Klein again, stutter stepping, looking for an opening, able to drive forward inside the 40 to the 37, 38-yard line. That's what you want to do. You want to say, okay, I can't really find an opening. I'm not going to really be able to go where the point of attack was supposed to be. Let me just put my foot in the ground and go north and south.
Now, will they throw it here or will they try something else? Let's see.
Glancing over to the sideline. See what they're going to send in here against this defensive setup of St. Augustine.
I can see him coming across the quarterback and having two receivers crack back, trying to sprint to the sideline.
But instead, they give it to Klein off the right side, and he's not going to get there.
Okay.
Handoff again, number 9.
Good coaching. They're not trying to run it up. Just keep handing it off. Good sportsmanship.
Clock continues to run unofficially. It's 7:35 left in the ball game as we have a running clock. 4th down and 6.
4th and 6.
If they jump here, there's going to be a problem.
Long is going to throw the football. Looking downfield, looking for the flare. There's a marker down. Likelihood it's going to be holding, but the likelihood is also they're going to decline it because that'll give them the football back.
Right. If they have hands to the face, it's not another option, right?
Hold it.
Yep.
That's the offense. That penalty's decline. St. Augustine will take it over on downs.
St. Augustine has held. Take over on downs. Football at their own 37-yard line.
Down St. Augustine from the 37-yard line.
So they do put it up in the air on 4th down, but for the most part, it was the Klein show.
It was, and that's what you're supposed to do at this point in the score. You know, just run it until they stop you, then let them get it. Should be the same thing the other way, but you can't really run against these big guys. You gotta do something to make it work. There's no jet sweeps, and maybe you can get around them. I don't know.
In the second half, St. Augustine has shown the propensity to be able to both run it for some big gains and also hook up on long touchdown passes to the receivers who have been able to get open, something they were unable to do in the first half. Gamble.
Okay.
Handoff to number 25.
Quick handoff off tackle.
Number 26.
I like the speed of that play.
Pickup of a couple. Mutz gets the call. 2nd down, we'll call it 8.
Taking their time. You may even check the timer official, see if he starts counting down.
Well, at this point, Sam, they're not going to win the football game. I'm sure they just want to work on some things that they can use going forward. Not that they're not looking to score. I'm sure they are. Getting some young players in the ball game. Gamble rolling right.
That's time.
Throws on the run. This one's complete. Just inside the midfield line, making the reception was Cassidy.
It's a good job. Quarterback got just enough depth so he can turn his shoulders, turn the hips, and fire it downfield. And he threw to the spot. That was a comeback. Receiver got there, caught it with his hand, even dragged his foot, even if he was well enough inside.
1st down for the Hermits. Nose of the football touching the midfield line. Rolling right. Gambit, but he'll just gamble, I should say, just throws the football away. Nothing available to him, and he was in danger of getting sacked from behind, so just let fly. Threw it out of bounds.
You underestimate the value of a well thrown away ball. Nobody gets hurt. Busy play another down. Keep moving. Now they had a rollout to the short side of the field, so there wasn't going to be much room there to begin with.
Michael Distillo's in the ball game now for the Hermits. Second down and 10.
That little table out there, Vic's gonna be sitting there. Okay.
Clock continues to run. We're approaching 3 minutes left in this football game.
Maybe so.
Okay, so I'm free to go after this one?
Okay.
I need an address for the,
Again, St. Augustine, as you mentioned, Sam, not really in any hurry.
No.
Not running a hurry-up offense here.
And unfortunately, that's appropriate for this point in the game.
Gamble fires to the left sideline. This was incomplete. That he was hit after the play, but no call.
No, it's good contact. I would like to see that ball delivered a little quicker, give him a chance to make a move on the guy.
third and 10.
Send it for Mutz.
That's another ball that's up in the air. Watch right here. All right, as he gains depth, right about now. All right, and it floats. All right. And then those other colors, you see them. That's just like the long float that turned into a touchdown. You see the other color coming. Got to pull it in. That makes the difference. You catch that, you make a person miss. Coach sees that. It's like, all right, maybe in the next game that we're in, that's close, I can put you out there to do that.
Walker, who has the touchdown in this game for St. Augustine, the long touchdown. Gamble, stutter stepping, now has room to the left side, aiming for the first down marker as he dives to the sideline. I don't know if he got there.
Or you got to give that to him on effort alone. Effort spot. There you go, first down.
It is a first down. Great effort there. Ryan Gamble, a 6'2", 193-pound junior. Friel, the sophomore, 6'3", 170, alternates with him, so two young quarterbacks.
How much did you say he weighed?
193.
Oh, okay, these are 290. I was like, that's a big one.
Timeout.
Is there an injury or a timeout? I'm not sure.
Well, if it was a timeout, the clock would stop. I think it does stop for timeouts, but it's not stopping, so 1 minute now left in the ball game.
I don't think anybody's going to complain.
They may only have to run one more play with the running clock. Gamble, rolling right, throwing on the run. This one is incomplete. Check that. My mistake. That was Friel in the ball game, throwing on the run under pressure. And that should do it.
Yeah, at this point, you don't want to get anybody hurt, so let it run out, line them up, be ready to play again. They've run enough offense to where, I don't know, at least half their schedule, they would have quite a few touchdowns in this game. You know, they just ran to a buzzsaw today.
You can see the teams both lining up to shake hands here at the conclusion of this game. Final score was 41-7. St. Peter's knocking off the Hermits of St. Augustine here at the Battle at the Beach. We'll be back to recap it, talk about what's coming up here at the Battle at the Beach in just a moment.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here at Cary Stadium in Ocean City, once again the final score, St. Peter's, the number 3 team in the state, showing why as they knock off St. Augustine 41-7. They led at 20-0 at the half, and really in the first half, St. Augustine could do very little, but they came out in the third quarter. Connection between Gamble and Walker for 67 yards, but that kind of inspired, I think, St. Peter's, because once that happened, they came out with touchdown, 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 and really the star of the second half was Mr. Klein. He was tremendous. He's only a sophomore, and he has just looked tremendous in this football game. Jalen Klein, a 5'8", 170-pound sophomore. He's outstanding, someone to watch for going forward.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I mean, you have one team that's clearly more talented than another team here, but I didn't see any quit. All right, in St. Augustine. They came back in the second half and actually played better in the second half than the first. It's just that St. Peter's turned it up and did what they could do. They eliminated their mistakes. They just started executing to the best they could, and they're going to be a tough team to beat. Now, watching them the next few weeks is going to be interesting because they need to put the ball where it needs to be against those highly touted defenses that they're going to face. But overall, they're a tough team. They have a lot of weapons. The defense is stout. The linemen are tough. St. Augustine is going to score a lot of points with the same plays here that weren't working against many other teams that they're going to play. So they have things to look forward to, things to build on.
Coming up next, final game of Saturday here, Battle by the Beach. Archbishop Wood from Maryland takes on Red Bank Catholic. Mike Gill on the call. And tomorrow, Thomas Jefferson of Pennsylvania battles Millville. We'll be back at 2 p.m. Holy Spirit taking on Cherokee, a team we're very familiar with. And then the conclusion of this event at 5 p.m., Edison takes on Cedar Creek. So we'd like to thank Sean Riley, doing a great job as always, and Bill Shawcross on camera, outstanding as well. Of course, my broadcast partner, Sam Jenkins, always great to work with you, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Holy Spirit taking on Cherokee. For Sam, this is Tony Blum. Once again, the final score, St. Peter's winning it in convincing fashion, 41-7. So long for now.